Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. It's time for a most excellent and fantabulous episode of Sloth City. We have so many new and cool and excellent things going on in Sloth City, and I am here to tell you all about them, and I hope that you are sitting down and you've got your munchies, because I have no idea, this might take a minute. But let's just go ahead and jump in and get started. First of all, Sloth City is getting levels. Sloth City is getting an entirely new development in the city, and I am calling it The Heights. And it is going to have at least 3 additional levels, and that is going to include the Sloth Acres housing division on at least 1 level, and perhaps more, we do not know yet. And the park will be relocated onto one of the lower shelves, and then underneath the park we can have the living quarters for trolls and for rock monsters and all of these excellent jumbo-sized citizens, so that we can see that yes, indeed, they do have a place for themselves that is designed for larger citizens. And the final form of the Heights is not going to be a couple of boards and a couple of repurposed chairs. Because when I showed this mock-up of what I had in mind to my partner, he kind of lost it, and he thought that this was the most redneck, jinky thing that he had seen in a long time, and basically suggested that I couldn't have something that looked more jinky if I had just constructed the entire thing out of duct tape. And as a result of his critique of the Heights, he has now offered to build a purpose-built wood structure with shelves and paint it and make it especially to be used for the purpose of housing the Heights and having levels in Sloth City. So, this is only a temporary arrangement until he builds that. And if it takes him a while to build it, well, then it won't be quite as temporary. It'll be kind of semi-permanent, won't it? Because I don't care if anybody thinks that it's jinky. I think that it's functional. And if nothing better is provided, I am absolutely going to use my redneck contraption and keep building up in the world. But let's go ahead and take a look at the other exciting and wonderful thing that has come to Sloth City. And here we have it. It is the Exploriens research pod, maybe. I don't know. You could ask the fine Exploriens couple that came to Sloth City and brought their fine Exploriens module, classic space, absolutely awesome, glorious, transparent, deep blue, glorious, transparent, neon yellow green antennas that move. The entire top deck rotates on a turntable sort of thing. They have this technology, I can't even tell you what it is. I don't know if it's like a telescope sort of a thing, or if it's a giant space gun sort of thing. I don't know anything about it, but it is so cool. All the things that were included in this. Here you can see their wonderful holographic screen that is now apparently tuned into Sloth City space programs. From the Sloth City television station. Apparently they have upped their programming and are not just handling like news and talk shows now. And this piece here, with the red and the blue, there is this, let me turn this around here, this cool part here, and this swivels up and down. You can see the transparent red and the transparent blue here, and it doesn't just swivel up and down. There is another hinge so it can move, well, it's kind of hard to do one-handed, but out like that, so it can be in different positions. But they can use that with the tile things, and the one bro has got another of those tiled things. There he is holding that one. But when you put them behind the clear red and the clear blue, then different pictures show up and things are revealed that probably has to do something with aliens. But we don't have to worry about that because this is Sloth City, and they can ask aliens if they want to know something about this. Here they are, they've been doing alien research the peculiar human way of, like, studying their living sites that they have, abandoned, instead of actually going to the people who are part of that culture and asking them what's about. Yeah, it's a very, very Western human sort of approach, but they have given that up. They've come to Sloth City. They are retiring from the whole Exploriens attitude, the whole idea behind, doing this indirect research, and they have come to Sloth City, and they are going to live with alien cultures and live with alien citizens instead of just studying them like they are something other. And they have brought this fine Exploriens research pod that, by the way, while we're here, these also open up all separately and do things, and these bits lift up so that they can use them, to open things up more. If it should happen to rain, they can extend them like as a sort of an umbrella sort of a deal. Not that it tends to rain in Sloth City, but in case it did. But there's just all these things that can be done with this wonderful, wonderful building, and they are selling it to a fine alien family who want this for their family residence and probably aren't going to modify it much at all. They're really looking forward to watching the Sloth City television programs on the fine holographic screen, but perhaps in a future episode of Sloth City, we will meet that alien family. We will, see them introducing their new home into Sloth Acres and meeting the neighbors. And that will be a wonderful and heartwarming thing. But before that happened, I just wanted to show you all of the exciting ins and outs of this wonderful classic Explorian space thingy. And again, I don't know, when I see something like this, I expect a bright light to come out of it and it start shining to promote a car sale or something. But I imagine that there is a much more scientific use for whatever that contraption is. But there we have the wonderful, exciting, oh wait, there's another shiny holographic sort of a something or other in there. It is just chock to the brim full of exciting space stuff. And I am sure that the new alien family will have the lovely retired Exploriens couple over to visit, and they will be there at the cookouts and things. And so we can all anticipate that. That will be lovely. And so, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of Lego, I think I am going to wrap up this little episode of Sloth City. There are other things that I'm going to have to be doing in real life today, and I should be moving on towards actually doing them. So, just look forward to the next episode of Sloth City. I hope you'll join me for that if you are interested in the Tales of Sloth City and the storylines therein, and seeing the new developments in the Heights and Sloth Acres and so forth. And until then, I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of Lego, have a most excellent and fantabulous day.